Part 219. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2181. Outside the assessment venue, the auditorium. Naturally, everyone could clearly see what happened on the examination field through the mirror of the magic circle, and at this moment, everyone had expressions on their faces. The development of the matter has completely exceeded their expectations. According to the development of the current situation, I still don't know what it will be completely transformed into. No one would have thought that the third-class Jingtian sanctuary with only a few hundred people could explode with such combat power. Dark Horse. This is the big dark horse. I'll hum it up. This heavenly sky sanctuary is really just a third-class sanctuary? In a third-class sanctuary, there are more than 100 sanctuary-level examiners. It's unimaginable. It's unimaginable. Who says it's not? A second-class sanctuary can have dozens of sanctuary practitioners. There are only a few dozen young talents in the sanctuary realm who can enter the assessment field from the ordinary genuine first-rank forces in the sanctuary of the sky, and only the 3 top genuine first-rank sanctuaries or the first-class Temple of the Light Alliance can send hundreds of them. A young talent in the sanctuary realm. Why do I feel that this matter has become a big deal? Fang Fan, the leader of the heavenly sanctuary, has seized the critical opportunity. After all the examiners of the soul race are wiped out, there will definitely be a battle between the heavenly temple and this heavenly sanctuary. I don't know why, but I always feel that Fang Fan, the leader of the Sky Sanctuary, is going against the sky this time. He may be able to lead the hundreds of people in the Sky Sanctuary to completely defeat the first-rank forces of the Sky Sanctuary, the Soul Clan and the elite of the Heavenly Temple. Eradicate all examiners. Gudong, it's really not a good thing to be the first to accumulate 100,000 school tokens. So powerful. I'm afraid. Before, I thought there was a reason why Fang Fan, the leader of the Qingtian Sanctuary, didn't choose to evacuate. I didn't expect this to be a big game of chess. Maybe he wants to use this as a starting point to slowly wipe out the forces that rushed over to seize the token of the school one by one. The noise is endless. In the entire auditorium, everyone's eyes were fixed on this wonderful picture. In fact, the magic circle mirror in front of me was cut into 9 images, but 99% of the audience's eyes were fixed on the counter-attack battle in front of them. At this moment on the high platform, Han Dan, the elder of the Soul Clan, and Yingzhao, the enshrinement of the Temple of Heaven, have completely fallen out. The 18 generations of ancestors who greeted each other were trivial matters, and they almost started fighting directly on the high platform. In the end, Shui Wanren, the deputy head of the Guangming Academy, acted in time to stop the fight. Otherwise, I don't know what will happen, and it will collapse and explode every minute. The scene can only be said to have been horrifying and helpless. But at this moment, a beautiful woman hidden in the crowd breathed a sigh of relief. This guy, even I'm hiding it? It turns out that I have held so many cards in my hand and never moved. It's no wonder that when I met me for the first time in the Temple of the Light Alliance in the Sky Sanctuary, I was so bold that I said that the Sky Sanctuary can be promoted to 100 Inner Palace students. At that time, I just felt that this guy was trying to attract my attention with this amazing statement. Now it seems that all of this is true, this guy really has this ability. Murong Yu, the third-rank red-clothed archbishop of the first-class Bright Alliance Temple and the first-level tutor of the Guangming Academy, nodded silently, unable to help but fall into infinite thoughts. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2182. Floating corpses for hundreds of miles, blood-floating ores. 30,000 soul races, after continuous slaughter, only a few thousand remained. Some were beheaded, and some chose to flee early. In the examination field, you only need to crush the distress order in your hand, and it will be sent out from the examination field outside the Guangming Mountains in 3 seconds. Of course, the premise is that you can persist for these 3 seconds. 3 seconds is a real man. If you can't hold on for even 3 seconds, then damn it, you have to die. This dead end seems to be doomed from the beginning. Seeing more and more soul testers die, more and more soul testers smashed the distress order, and chose to escape crying. At this moment, Zhao Xie, the leader of the Soul Clan, felt extremely heartbroken. His career as a team leader is coming to an end. He is a son of a family, and he has always worked 10 times and 100 times harder than ordinary children of the Soul Clan. All he wants is to stand out. It was hard to find such an opportunity now, but it failed at that time and now. Totally failed. The Soul Clan has become a joke. A great joke. Yingyu. Yingyu. How stupid you are. You ruined your future. You ruined your future. You are paving the way for Fang Fan. Fool. A complete fool. How can there be such a stupid person as you in this world? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Yingyu, I'll take a step first. I want to see how you die. Zhao Xie, the leader of the Soul Clan, let out an angry roar, and his whole body was filled with murderous aura. At this moment, the vicious look on his face became more and more, and the gnashing of teeth was vividly displayed. He's just upset right now. Just anger. Just want to vent. Anger wells up in my heart. Anger is fully erupting. Leader Zhao Xie. The soul race is willing to live and die with you. Coexist and die. Coexist and die. Fight to the end. Fight to the end. Soul clansmen, there is no life to death. The slogans were shouted loudly, but more and more soul clansmen chose to smash the distress order and escape. They can crush the distress order only after taking out all the school tokens on their bodies and throwing them away. This is the rule. Otherwise, if everyone crushes the distress order, and everyone takes out the token of the school, then what's the point of killing them? At this moment, there are a number of school tokens placed on the ground, flashing various lights. It is really tempting. Everyone's eyes gathered here, wishing to snatch it. I, Zhao Xie, was born as a Soul Clan member. I will die as a Soul Clan ghost. I, Zhao Xie, have never been greedy for life or afraid of death. I, Zhao Xie, would like to fight to the death for the Soul Clan. But I, Zhao Xie, can't be so selfish. I can't take you to die together. So, hurry up, everyone, throw out the tokens of the school and smash the distress order. Run away. Zhao Xie, the leader of the Soul Clan, glanced around and saw more and more cultivators of the Temple of Heaven rushing towards him. On the other side, the cannons of the low heavy machine artillery corps never stopped firing. Once this thing is fried, it will be a big piece. From time to time, deadly bullets will shuttle through the crowd. Horrible. I really can't stand it anymore. In a panic, Zhao Xie threw out the thousands of school tokens in his hand, and then waited for 3 seconds to pass in fear. Now I'm not thinking about winning the token of the school, but saving my life first. Everything will restart. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2183. The guy from the third-class Jingtian sanctuary in front of him gave him a sense of panic from the bottom of his heart. If he continues to stay here, he will die, and he will die without a place to bury him. How to choose in the face of death is very clear. The thousands of remaining examiners of the Soul Clan are talking loudly, but if they really wait until the time to bear it, they will actually be discouraged. Especially at a time like this, what are they responsible for? It's a cool situation in minutes. With the Soul Clan withdrawing from this battlefield, there are only Fang Fan's subordinates and more than 10,000 people from the Temple of Heaven left. They attacked the Soul Clan together before, but now that the common enemy of the Soul Clan has disappeared, they naturally need to confront each other. The scene is a bit scary to a certain extent. Collect the school tokens on the ground. Priest Huangfu, it's your turn to play. Fang Fan waved his hand, then said with a smile, his eyes scanned the surrounding area, and the smile on his face was vividly displayed. The 500 people of Genji Shen Zone have been completely reduced to cleaning the battlefield at this moment. Empress Fu Suiai, the third peak god of Genji Shen Zone, shrugged her shoulders. She was happy to see such a position. In fact, it is extremely lucky to be able to clean up the battlefield on this level of battlefield. As Fu Suiai, the third peak goddess of Genji Shen Zone, thought about this in her heart, the smiles on her face involuntarily increased. Priest Huangfu. The opportunity has come. We Genji Shen Zone can't continue to make trouble with Fang Fan, a lunatic. Now he has become the common enemy of all forces. He is sure to die. If we continue to follow him, it won't be much better. Now there are thousands of school tokens on the ground, plus what we accumulated last time. We have almost tens of thousands of school tokens on hand. Let's post it. Really post it? With these school tokens, we Genji Shen Zone don't mention a few students from the outer school, even if we have a few students from the inner school. We are leaving with these school tokens now. There is only one chance like this. Shamanchuo, the son of the first peak of Genji Shen Zone, swallowed his saliva, and while speaking, his body twitched unnaturally. Various thoughts flickered in his mind, and the excitement in his eyes was beyond words. There are indeed very few people who are not moved by interests. These school tokens belong to Director Fang Fan. We just keep it for him. This school token is obtained by Director Fang Fan's hard work beheading the enemy. We are just cleaning the battlefield. These school tokens have nothing to do with us. Shamanchuo, I hope this is the last time you say something like this. It doesn't matter if you want to die, but don't drag us all the practitioners of Genji Shen Zone together. Didn't you see how powerful Director Fang Fan is? You dare to covet his school token, you really want to die. Fuxuo, the third peak goddess of Genji Shen Zone, glanced slightly at the Shamanchuo in front of her. Her gaze gradually turned cold. Some people just have these wild ideas. How stupid to find out at the end. How powerful is Fang Fan's combat power displayed this time? Even the Soul Clan examiners of the first rank force in the Sanctuary of the Sky will be wiped out. What is it that they are united in the Shen Zone? Huangfu Suiai still had this bit of reason. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2184. Snort. What are you afraid of him doing? Whether he can leave here alive is not certain. If you want me to say, you think too much. That's why you are so entangled. I'm also doing this for the sake of our Genji Shen Zone. We work so hard to clean the battlefield, what's the matter? In the end, that Fang Fan just took a few school tokens and dismissed him casually. Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. Anyway, this matter is not negotiable. Huangfu Suiai, you are timid, don't drag us into burying that Fang Fan together. Brothers. Do you want to become a student of the inner palace of Guangming Academy? Hum with me if you want. These school tokens are all ours. Let's run together later. Now those people's attention is focused on that Fang Fan. If it is later, it will really be too late. Shamanchuo, son of the first peak of Genji Shen Zone, licked his lips, and the greedy expression on his face became more and more. Shamanchuo. Are you courting death? I am the leader of Genji Shen Zone. I advise you that it's better not to challenge my bottom line. Otherwise I can only be rude to you. Fu Sui, the third peak goddess of Genji Shenzong, clenched her teeth and said coldly. Follow Fang Fan, this is a bright road. After the 7-day assessment time is over, can Fang Fan treat them badly? These bastards. Whatever comes to mind. Start a war with Fang Fan? Haven't you understood the fate of offending Fang Fan? Huangfu Sui thought secretly in her heart, feeling a little chilling in silence. Huangfu Sui. Don't think I don't know your little thoughts. Why are you so stubborn to be buried with Fang Fan? I really don't know. Didn't you just fall in love with that Fang Fan? Why? If you want to go to the funeral for your lover, don't drag me. Brothers. Come with me. Shamanchuo, the son of the first peak of Genji Shenzong, gave an order, and about 400 Genji Shenzong practitioners immediately followed behind him, preparing to evacuate. Huangfu Shui widened her eyes slightly, her face full of astonishment. Apparently it was all planned in advance. I have already made some plans before this. Otherwise, there would be no response like this. You are looking for your own death. Shamanchuo, you idiot, you will let the entire Genji Shenzong be buried with you. A good hand, all gone. Huangfu Sui took a deep breath, then silently closed her eyes, her face could not help showing a look of helplessness and indignation. Some people want to die, but they really can't hold it back, they can't hold it at all. The self-confidence in his bones exploded completely, and no one could persuade him. But in this world, how many people are really fools? Naturally, Fang Fan noticed the movement of Genji Shenzong, and at this moment there was a strange look on his face. Non my family, its heart must be different. It really makes sense. Where did he go? And he started running. Just run away, and run with his school token, this seems a bit too much. At this moment, the 500 members of Genji Shenzong are divided into two camps. 400 of them followed Shamanchuo, the son of the first peak of Genji Shenzong, and they were fleeing at this moment. Another 100 people followed Fu Sui, the third peak goddess of Genji Shenzong, and they were heading towards Fang Fan's direction at this moment. The scene looks a little weird. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2185. At this moment, more than 10,000 practitioners from the Temple of Heaven also surrounded him. Now that the examiners of the Soul Clan have been killed, naturally only the battle between Fang Fan and the Temple of Heaven is left at this moment. Give me an explanation. Fang Fan's gaze scanned the surrounding area, watching the movements of the cultivators in the Temple of Heaven, while silently looking at Huangfu Sui and said, Sorry, Director Fang Fan, this is not my original intention. This is all Shamanchuo's agitation. I hope you can only punish him alone. I am only temporarily deceived by other practitioners of the Shenzong. While talking, Huangfu Sui couldn't help scanning Fang Fan's eyes, with a begging look on his face. Cannot. Those who did not participate in the defection, forget the past. All Genji Shenzong practitioners who participated in the defection, kill without mercy. Low Heavy Machine Artillery Corps. Goth Sanctuary Sharpshooter Legion. You all unite and get it done quickly. Satan, the person who brought you over to take back all the tokens of the school. No one can take away my school token. Kill. Fang Fan sneered indifferently, and as soon as he said that, the surrounding air became cold. Boom. Rumbling. The sound of gunfire and cannons is in my ears. The scene is more or less shocking and exciting. When the shells and bullets are shot out, the ending is already doomed. There are 400 members of Genji Shenzong, and there are not even a few of them who are extremely strong in the quasi-sacred realm, so their resistance is naturally not very strong. A wave of artillery fire covered most of the people. 400 people, only a dozen or so left. As a survivor, Shamanchuo, the son of the first peak of Genji Shenzone, stretched out his head subconsciously. At this moment, his lips trembled unnaturally, his eyes trembled intermittently, and the gesture of gnashing his teeth was vividly displayed. No. It won't be like this. How did it become like this? I don't want to die. I want to live. Fang Fan, Fang Fan. You have such a vicious heart. How can you do it? Fang Fan. I hate you. I hate you. I can't die, I want to live. Yes, I still have, and a distress order. I crushed the distress order and I can live. Shamanchuo swallowed a mouthful of saliva, and while talking, his body trembled more and more, everyone's eyes trembled, and the sound of breathing seemed very real. I won't die. Immediately. Hold on for 3 seconds. 3. 2. I can escape in 1 second. Click. Tear. The sound of bone cracking and flesh tearing came at the same time. He saw a cold-faced cultivator with black wings galloping over, grabbing his eyes with sharp claws and blinding him. Before he could move, his head was smashed into a pile of pieces by the sharp claws. Pale white brains shot out, indicating that this person was really completely cold. Betraying the Lord and wanting to escape, too naive. Satan withdrew his demonic claws, and a wicked smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. 400 Genji Shenzone practitioners who defected, none of them survived, all of them were killed. The rebellion is somewhat dramatic. When Satan brought back all the school tokens, the number of school tokens in Fang Fan's hand increased by thousands again. Seeing that it was about to run towards the 110,000 mark. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2186. Does Goddess Huangfu have any opinion on the result of this treatment? Fang Fan looked at Huangfu Sui at the side, and asked immediately. For Genji Shenzone, he thinks it is a pure employment relationship. Fu Sui, the third peak goddess of Genji Shenzone, gave Fang Fan 500 million star cores at the beginning, so Fang Fan was going to lead them a wave, and then at the end of the assessment, he would allocate several places for Genji Shenzone's foreign students. That's all. In addition, Genji Shenzone has always been dedicated to cleaning the battlefield, so Fang Fan will naturally not treat them badly. It's just that there are always some idiots in Genji Shenzone. Since they have to come out to make troubles, Fang Fan can't stand it anymore. When it's time to explode, it still explodes. Otherwise, would you really treat him as a soft persimmon? Huangfu Sui watched the 400 practitioners of Genji Shenzone being wiped out in an instant, with a more or less sad look on her face, but it was just sadness. As for anger and hatred, there was no such thing. On the one hand, she is indeed not qualified, on the other hand, from Huangfu Sui's point of view, she also feels that these people are seeking their own death. Take responsibility for the path you walk. Director Fang Fan, you have done your utmost to our Genji Shenzone. This time, they are seeking their own death, and it has nothing to do with you. Huangfu Shui took a deep breath, while talking, then too silently shook her head, all kinds of thoughts gathered in her eyes, and her feelings suddenly became profound. It's good that you can think that way. It seems that I didn't misread you. Fang Fan nodded secretly, he was very satisfied with Huangfu Sui's attitude. Director Fang Fan, if something like this happens, we Genji Shenzone practitioners will have no face to continue following you. You take these school tokens, and I will leave with the practitioners of Genji Shenzone. Huangfu Shui took a deep breath and said firmly. What you do, you naturally have to bear it yourself. This matter is indeed righteous and unrighteous first. No. Stay here, you will need to clean up the battlefield later. I can promise you that as long as you don't commit suicide, each of you will be able to enter Guangming Academy when the assessment is over. My rules are very simple, those who follow me prosper and those who oppose me perish. Fang Fan's eyes scanned the 100 Genji Shen Zone practitioners in front of him, and then strode away. At this moment, the more than 10,000 cultivators in the Temple of Heaven have completely unleashed their offensive momentum. Huangfu Sui looked at Fang Fan's back that was gradually moving away, and couldn't help muttering to herself, wanting to say something, but all kinds of words were completely blocked in her throat, and she couldn't say anything. Fang Fan. Well done. The soul race is finally destroyed. There is also a credit for you. Now you all surrender. Give me all the tokens of the school, and you will all follow me in the future. Follow me to eat and drink spicy food. Ying Yu, the young master of the Temple of Heavenly God, licked his lips, striding forward while speaking, his eyes glistened with sharp rays of light, and his greed was not concealed at all. This guy showed his attitude too fast. As soon as the front feet arrived, the back feet couldn't help roaring. Fang Fan sneered, "This is good, save him from wasting time, now he needs to end the battle here earlier, the next battle is still waiting for him." Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2187. Why didn't you surrender and hand over all the school tokens to me, and I can consider leaving you a place for inner school students? Fang Fan squinted his eyes, then waved his hand, the 9 legions and 6 heroes under his command were ready. The little mage Wajia nodded secretly to Fang Fan, indicating that the dark magic has been fully charged. Fang Fan never let the little mage Wajia do the lion's roar skill to attack the soul cultivators before, just for this moment. Asshole. Fang Fan. You've really eaten a bear's heart and a leopard's guts. Okay. That's great. To actually talk to this young master like this, I think you really don't want to live. Just relying on 3 or 2 of you big cats and kittens, do you really think you can make any waves? Yes, I know that. I also admit that the long-range combat power of these guards of yours is very strong, and even this young master is afraid of 3 points, but why did this young master wait until this time to show down with you? This young master is for you. The army crushes the border, and then surrounds you all. Ha 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 ha. Are you dumbfounded? Are you in the set? Play with Ben, you're a little tender. This time, I want to kill you. Take the token of the school from your hand. 100,000 school tokens, phew, my Temple of Heaven will be the biggest winner. Ying Yu, the young master of the Temple of Heavenly God, clasped his hands tightly, and the expression of excitement on his face was vividly displayed. As he spoke, his body trembled unnaturally, and various thoughts gathered in his mind. He felt that he was about to walk into life peak. With 100,000 school tokens to make his debut, he will get the first place in the assessment and become a veritable leader. At that time, the entire Guangming Academy will be shaken. He will become the first genius of Guangming Academy. Kill. Kill me. Kill them all. Kill them all. Ha 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 ha. Ying Yu, the young master of the Temple of Heavenly God, let out a roar. The excitement was already uncontrollable at this moment. Immediately, more than 10,000 practitioners from the Tianshan Temple gathered together and killed them. At this moment, they were less than 100 meters away from Fang Fan. Obviously, this is to attack with lightning speed, and then let everything settle down. I have to say that this idea is really good. As for how much it can be implemented, it is really not sure. In this matter, the difference is too much. Vega. Unleash dark magic. Fang Fan gave a cold drink and ordered directly. Obey my lord. Dark priest. Dark matter. Wajia sneered, and the crazy energy gathered, and the dark magic was released silently, and the whole space was shrouded in black haze. The black haze began to condense into liquid little by little, becoming water droplets. The rich dark magic inexplicably gives people a sense of suffocation. Why is it suddenly dark today? What the hell is this black thing? Why do I feel a little strange? Something is not quite right. I think the same as you, and I don't know what's going on. Everyone on your mark, all, get ready. Maybe this is just a trick of the ants in the third-class sanctuary. They are about to die, so they want to struggle to die. Tisk, I think that's really the case, so that's the case, then we don't need to be afraid. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2188. The more than 10,000 practitioners in the Tianshan Temple comforted each other. They felt that this matter had not reached such a serious level. In other words, everything is pure. At this moment, this state is very real. It's just that when they rushed out with a fearless attitude, the black liquid finally landed in the air. Stab. Click. The black liquid dripped on their bodies, and then their flesh and blood melted suddenly. The black liquid seeped into their bones again, and the blood bones were broken bit by bit. This black liquid seems to be able to dissolve everything in front of it. On their hands, backs, shoulders, faces, and even the top of their heads, small holes began to appear one by one, which looked extremely terrifying. Don't die. Who can save us? Ah, ouch, it hurts, it hurts. I want to die, I really want to die. This black liquid has a problem, there is a problem. The front is full of this kind of black liquid. We can't get through it. Get out, I don't want to die, I really don't want to die. Go, let's go. The roar of fear continued, as if he was doing some incompetent roaring, and it seemed that he was doing some crazy venting. After such a gesture is fully displayed, it has no effect. This is the real despair. These cultivators in the Temple of Heaven became terrified, and they began to run away crazily. They want to escape. Run away completely. I really can't stay here any longer. Stay here and they'll die, they'll crumble. The fear of the unknown is devouring the hearts of these cultivators of the Temple of Heaven. Run. I don't know who yelled, and then the lineup collapsed instantly. Escape became the only way out. The army of more than 10,000 temple cultivators collapsed just like that. It seems that it is quite an unbelievable feeling. The smile on Ying Yu's face, the young master of the Temple of Heavenly God, didn't last long, and was soon replaced by anger and panic. How did it become like this? You are not allowed to retreat. Who told you to retreat? Bastard. A group of bastards. Do you all want to die? Stop talking, you are not allowed to escape. Give it to me. Give me the fight. Kill Fang Fan. Kill him. This is all a blindfold. Don't be fooled by him. Rush over and you'll be fine. Ying Yu, the young master of the Temple of Heavenly God, roared, and then his body took a few steps back unnaturally. The expression of panic and uneasiness on his face was very real. These strange black liquids appeared suddenly, and he was also afraid of touching them, and he was also afraid of being swallowed up by this black liquid. Seeing the defeat of the army, and seeing more and more cultivators of the Temple of Heaven breaking away from his control and fleeing in reverse, Ying Yu, the young master of the Temple of Heaven, couldn't help showing regret on his face. At that time, Zhao Xie, the Soul Clan leader, reminded me. If I had listened to him at that time, I would have killed the ants in this third-class sanctuary first, and nothing would have happened. I, why did I covet the petty profit back then, why did I rush to destroy the Soul Clan? Now I'm alone. Ah! Hateful. This is obviously an ant from a third-class sanctuary, why is it so powerful? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2189. Looking at the situation in front of him, Yang Yu, the young master of the Temple of Heavenly God, gradually became gloomy. Opportunity, collapsed. Seeing that there is no chance, everything will come crashing down. He is not reconciled. I don't even want to believe that all this is real. No. Get out of here. Keep killing me. They are few. We still have thousands of troops, and we can still fight with them. Yang Yu was still screaming crazily with blood in his chest. It's just obvious that no one wants to talk to him at all. In other words, he has already seen through his essence. A sense of aggrieved echoed in my mind, and I felt inexplicably sad at this moment. It's so damn difficult. Young Hall Master, run, don't run anymore, we won't be able to escape until those weird black liquids rush over. That's right, hurry up and smash the distress order, you can still save your life. With the ability of our Temple of Heaven, we can definitely enter the Guangming Academy through special channels. Young Palace Master, don't be stubborn. If you delay the afternoon, it will really be too late. Evacuate. Fully evacuate. Young Palace Master, if you don't leave, I will withdraw first. We have already crushed the distress order. There were endless yells, and the scene seemed particularly embarrassing at one point. Everyone's eyes are gathered here, and they are naturally urging them in an all-round way at this moment. No. Not like this. There's something tricky in it. This young master is not reconciled. This young master is willing to fight to the end. Don't pull me. This is my distress call. Even if I throw it away today, I will never use it. This young master is not so shameless. This young master is passionate. This young master will never give in. Yang Yu, the young master of the Temple of Heavenly God, roared, and then threw the distress order in his hand on the ground, and then his eyes followed wild hints. Who is not afraid of death? But he wants face. Before talking so full, where is this? Is this going to be cowardly? Wouldn't it make others laugh? How could he bear such an insult? So from the perspective of Yang Yu of the Temple of Heaven, he actually wanted the cultivators of the Temple of Heaven to find him a step, so that he could get off his horse directly. Wouldn't it be fun? If you really want to die and survive, why just throw the distress call less than 10 meters away? The young master of the Temple of Heaven, Yang Yu, looked eagerly at the cultivators of the Temple of Heaven beside him. I saw that they each took out their own distress orders, and most of them were crushed directly. How can he control him? There were also a few loyal confidants who were immediately moved when they saw the gesture of the young master of the Temple of Heaven. Young Palace Master, let us admire your courage. This time we are willing to fight bloody battle with you to the end. Even if one soldier is killed or injured, we must fight to the end. War. Fight for the honor of the Temple of Heaven. Master of the Young Guard. Fight to the death. Immediately, hundreds of loyal practitioners from the Temple of Heaven gathered directly beside Yang Yu, the young master of the Temple of Heaven, roaring, and the smile on his face was vividly displayed. The scene is more or less weird. With trembling lips, Yang Yu looked at the hundreds of highly motivated practitioners of the Temple of Heaven beside him, and subconsciously swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Looking back at the unstoppable Qingtian sanctuary cultivator, he panicked even more. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2190. Before, there were more than 10,000 soldiers, but at this moment, there are only hundreds of practitioners with fighting spirit left. How can we fight? What to fight with? Isn't this a fantasy? This is simply a massacre. Total massacre. But now it's even more embarrassing to be lifted too high. After all the big words have been uttered, I can't say that I am terrified now, and I dare not fight against it, right? Wouldn't this be to make people look down? It's all this damn face. Seeing that the former army has completely retreated, and if the battle continues, it will be completely cold. At this time, Yang Yu, the young master of the Temple of Heavenly God, feels that it doesn't matter whether he has such an aggressive face. Brothers, you are all loyal people of my Temple of Heaven. You are all elite pillars of my Temple of Heaven. It's not terrible for me to die. But I must not drag you down. This is absolutely not allowed. This time I have to make a choice. Even if it's for you to survive, I can only lower my head, lower my dignity, and pick up this distress order. While Yang Yu was talking, his expressions and gestures were comprehensive. It can only be said that this guy has indeed performed shamelessness to a certain level. The hundreds of heavenly temple cultivators who had been bloodied just now looked at all this with eager eyes, looking more or less confused. No matter how stupid they are, they can still see that this F***ck is too false. Just as they were thinking, Yang Yu had already crushed the distress order with trembling hands. Immediately, the madness regressed. Thousands of school tokens are placed on the ground, and they have been completely abandoned. Young Palace Master. Hundreds of cultivators in the Temple of Heaven who were about to fight to the death opened their mouths subconsciously, and the morale that had just been raised was instantly wiped out. Why don't you play here? It's hard for us to arouse the spirit of fighting, and you are retreating here? Is this trying to play with a hammer? But at this moment, even the young Palace Master ran away, and they continued to fight. Isn't that stupid? The point is, who are you fighting for? Everything has been settled with the dust. Half of the more than 10,000 practitioners in Tianshan Temple were strangled at this moment, and the remaining half smashed the distress order and ran away. Priest Huangfu, build the battlefield and prepare for the next battle. Fang Fan secretly squinted his eyes. The strategy of surrounding the spot to fight for aid was not bad. In addition to the thousands of school tokens provided by the Temple of Heaven, the number of school tokens in Fang Fan's hands officially exceeded 110,000. Announcement from the examination site. The number of school tokens from Fang Fan, the third-class Jingtian Sanctuary examiner, has officially exceeded 110,000. I hope you will continue to work hard. Keep fighting. Fight to the end. In the examination field outside the entire Guangming mountain range, there came a series of dark voices. Everyone's eyes gathered here, and the expressions on their faces were more or less surprised. This speed, no one else. It took less than an hour to break through 100,000 school tokens, and another 10,000. Is this the rhythm to wipe out all the school tokens in the entire assessment field? At this moment, all the examiners in the assessment field are restless. Now hunting monsters and seizing the token of the school are secondary, and they are all frantically looking for Fang Fan's trace. Compared with hunting monsters, it is obviously more cost-effective to capture the school token in Fang Fan's hand. 110,000 pieces. If any force gets it in hand, it can directly give birth to a number of students from the inner palace.